Blightstone is a turn-based strategy roguelike game where you're basically escorting a magic crystal through a demon-infested world to save everyone. The thing that makes it different from other similar games is how you can freely move around the battlefield instead of being stuck on a grid. And you can use the environment to fight. For example, you can blow up barrels, burn grass fields, throw enemies into each other, that kind of stuff. It's got roguelike elements too, so when you die, you start fresh but unlock some permanent upgrades for next time. Thank you kindly to IOI Gamer for sponsoring this video. The story setup is simple enough. There's this demon lord named Korgul who's corrupting the world with something called the Blightstone. And you need to carry this earth-glass crystal to the Infernal Rift to destroy both him and the stone. You start with a small team of 3 heroes and you can find a 4th person along the way. The combat works with action points. Each character gets 2 points per turn to move or use abilities. Since there's no grid, you can position yourself anywhere. Hide behind objects for cover or get creative with how you approach fights. The classes are pretty standard but each feels unique. You've got the brawler who punches things and can grab enemies, the hunter who has a dog companion, an arcanist for magic attacks, the druid for nature-based abilities, and a priest. Each one has different skills both in combat and at camp. The environmental stuff is honestly what makes battles interesting. If enemies are standing in water, your lightning attacks do more damage. Rain makes electric abilities stronger across the board. Fog makes it harder to hit anything, and wind messes with your accuracy. Trees and rocks give you cover, but can also be destroyed or used tactically. The crystal you're protecting actually gets its own turn and abilities as you progress. You can make it teleport, shoot lightning, or even grab and throw things. Throughout your run, you find gems that give it new powers, so it becomes part of your actual team. After a few battles, you're forced to camp. This is where the resource management comes in. You need wood to light campfires, food to keep everyone fed, and various materials for crafting or healing. During camp, each character has special abilities they can use. The hunter's dog can dig up supplies, the druid can heal the whole party, the brawler can share drinks for buffs. You have to decide what to spend your limited resources on. Blight builds up over time, especially at night, and it slowly corrupts your characters. They start getting debuffs or going a bit crazy. You can reduce Blight by using certain camping actions or items, but that means you're not using those resources for other things. When characters level up, you pick from 3 random new abilities. You're building your team on the fly based on what you find and what choices you get. There's also gear like weapons and armor that actually shows up on your character sprites, which is a nice touch. As for the meta progression system, new character classes become available, new crystal abilities, and permanent upgrades. The difficulty seems fair, but it doesn't mess around. Enemies have their own abilities and tactics, and your characters can die permanently during a run. If someone dies, you might find a replacement later, but you lose all their levels and gear. The game expects you to think ahead. Visually, it has this painted art style that looks pretty good, kind of dark and moody, which fits the whole corruption theme. It's currently in early access, with all the core stuff working. There are 5 classes, tons of items and abilities, different enemies and bosses, and multiple biomes to fight through. The developers plan to add more heroes, enemies, items, and a whole new act with new story and mechanics over the next 6 to 12 months based on player feedback. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.